Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Yeah, welcome to episode 39 of the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, aka Hero Protagonist, aka the true father of Joe's kids. We're gonna let Joe out the basement when Harry Potter comes out. We're gonna take him to see Fantastic Beasts, the third one.
Yeah, but we're gonna make him. Are you gonna make him sit in like the very front row so he can't really enjoy it?
No, but he's gonna be wearing the burlap sack because you know he's our elf.
Oh, he's our Dobby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
AKA Papi Chulo. I got a fire hydrant pregnant and I'm still sticking Molly up in your wife's butt.
A fire hydrant? The logistics on that, man. Like, you gotta find the tool to open up a fire hydrant and then you have to wait for it to stop being wet?
I got a cock of metal. I don't give a fuck. AKA
the Glizzy King.
What do you say when you see a grown man eating a glizzy? Hey, yo! AKA Rough McGruff, still pulling rip and runs, abolished there. AKA the Lethal Protector. AKA Knock Knock.
Who's there?
D.
D who?
D's nuts. AKA B-Wood, the Magnificent.
Oh, I'm so mad that I had to play around. I had to these nuts. All right.
Ooh, wait till you hear next week's.
Oh shit, we doing this is all right. All right, this is gonna be a thing. I am Jeff Stewart, aka Uncle Jeffrey, aka He Who Remains, aka Revengeman Button, aka To Be Determined, aka I Am Vengeance, aka.
All right. Well, we got to start off on a bad note.
Yeah, man.
Fucking William Hurt died, man. He's a legendary actor.
Yeah.
You know what really hurts about that? People are putting Marvel actor that William Hurt died. And I'm just like, motherfucker, he had a whole ass career before that.
Fucking like Oscar nominated career before he was Thunderbolt.
Yeah, man. Fuck you.
And I get it. Like these.
I'd rather say Lost in Space actor died.
Right? You know what? I fuck with Lost in Space.
Yo, word. It's a bad movie, but I fuck with it.
I fuck with that hard, man. Yeah. Like,
should have been a fucking franchise.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was fun and stupid and but
shout out to Gary Oldman in that.
Gary Oldman,
Mimi Leader,
Matt LeBlanc. Who was one of the chicks from Party of Five? Who was that?
Oh, that's she's a dime piece now. Lacey Chabert.
Yeah, Lacey Chabert.
Who's Roller Girl?
Heather Graham. Heather Graham, that's right. God damn, that movie was stacked.
Yeah, that had some motherfuckers in it.
Yo, and that redesign of Robbie the Robot.
Oh, yeah, that was hard.
I bought that toy.
That was hard.
I bought that toy.
I liked it at the end where you got the new and the classic. Like they gave him the bubble head at the end.
Right.
That was hard.
Yeah, man, that was a good. That wasn't a good movie, but I enjoyed it.
Should have been a franchise, baby. That shit overperformed.
Did it?
Yeah, that was the first #1 movie since Titanic took over. That motherfucker opened in April.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened? I want to hear the story behind that.
Well, you know what? We'll come back to that. Let's put a pin in that, and we'll do some research. But yeah, R.I.P. William Hurt, man.
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on from that, the BAFTAs happened last night as well as the Critics' Choice Awards.
Yes.
And
Go ahead.
Well, as we talked about last week, I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's a great movie. Power of the Dog. Jane Campion, great director, but
it's still on my to watch list before the end of the week, and it's been there for like 4 weeks. Like, I'm gonna watch this before the end of the week. I'm gonna watch this before the end of the week. Still haven't gotten around to it. No one spoiled it for me yet, which is good.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the whole movie hinges on like the last 5 minutes.
Right. But I definitely have to watch it before, the Oscars.
So it won Best Picture at both Critics' Choice and BAFTAs. Jane Campion, I'm not sure if she won Critics' Choice, but she did win Critics' Choice for Best Director. I'm not sure if she won the BAFTA for Best Director. I think she did, maybe. Not sure. Anyways, listen, there's a way of doing things and a way of saying things without it being a backhanded compliment. Miss Campion decided to get the fuck on stage and say that, I will read this quote. Venus and Serena, you're marvels, but you don't have to compete against the men like I do.
All right. And look, I don't even know if that was a backhanded compliment or if it's just her not realizing how fucked up a statement that is. Like trying to associate with Venus and Serena, but just like missing the mark, or if it was a backhanded compliment. I don't know.
This reminds me of what I've encountered very much over the past few years, which is rich white privilege.
Yeah.
Especially from a rich white woman. And I'm not saying this is for all white women. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about rich. And by that, I mean, like, if you've seen Get Out, Jordan Peele wrote that movie because he saw the way Hillary was going after Obama when they were running against each other, and especially how her fans played into that too. And he wrote that movie based on that, and in addition to her in the 90s calling us super predators. So that is what this all reminds me of, is like, the rich white liberalism, I'm just like, this is why I kind of prefer conservatives, because at least they're in your face about how much they hate you.
At least they're honest about it.
Yeah.
Like, here's my thing about it, right? No one is denying the hardships that, Jane Campion had to go through.
Exactly.
As a woman in a male-dominated industry. But here's the thing. In no way is her battle the same as an African-American in America, and especially an African-American female in America.
That came from the ghetto. Those girls clawed their way out of the ghetto.
Like, that is the Drake song. Like, started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They
worked their asses off. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
We saw the movie. We saw where it came from, So that struggle is totally different.
Like, their dad was getting beat up for trying to help them out.
Right. And it's just like, I don't know why she made that comment. It's like competitive pain Olympics.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, why do I have to compare my trauma, my pain with yours?
It's the entitlement, man.
Right? Like, why can't we just recognize that we both have struggles, that they were different, and that we're, moving forward or whatever.
Well, that's the problem, because I've noticed this also, is that when they get out of their comfort zone, it gets messy. And it don't even have to be like anything bad out of the comfort zone. It's just out of their general comfort zone.
Right. So.
Fuck you for that, though.
Yeah. I mean, congratulations on everything. Like, congratulations on your success. But also, like, your struggle is different. You're like.
I also want to say, man, like, I was rooting for your movie. Like, when it was racking up all these awards, I'm like, cool. I guess, I'm glad people enjoyed, or like I talked last week, people who haven't watched it and still voting for it, fine, whatever.
Right.
There was worse movies nominated that I'm like, but now I'm like, yo, fuck you. Yeah, I'm fucking your movie.
Like, I'm not even like that far. I'm just like, I sometimes I don't need to hear people talk.
Yeah.
Like, I just do the work.
Yeah, well, because we're gonna get to we're gonna get to a review. Because I rewatched the movie and I sent you this review last week.
Yeah.
So, not everybody needs to share their opinion.
Right. Like, that's the thing with the internet. It's great. It's fucking, everybody has a voice. But then again, everybody has a voice. And some people are stupid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, let's, congratulations, Jane. on your success and making a movie that I will eventually watch. But like, don't come to the Pain Olympics like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I recognize your struggle. Your struggle. I will never be a female.
Right.
Right.
Neither will I.
And so I don't understand your struggle, but you will never be a black person or a black female. So why we doing this? Just say, like,
the struggle was real for me. I'm the only female nominated this year. It's cool to win.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a female in this industry.
Boom. Mic drop.
Leave it.
Mic drop.
All right. So moving on from that, a couple of weeks ago, and I forgot to cover this, Spielberg is attached to doing a new Bullet movie, and it's not a remake, but it's just another story with the same character that Steve McQueen played.
That's
so isn't it based off a series of books anyway?
Yeah, I think it's based on a series
Yeah,
of
man.
books,
So like, what happened when that got announced? The motherfuckers lost their shit. They're like, "Why are you guys?" And we had to be like, first off, he's not remaking the motherfucker.
Right. He's doing he's doing a spiritual sequel. He's doing a sequel in a series of books. Like, I'll look it up right now how many fucking Bullet books there are, but like, you keep talking.
Also, haven't we learned just this past year?
Just let the man do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I talked mad shit about West Side Story, like, oh man, why is Spielberg wasting his talent on this? Why is he doing this? Just the original's still there. Leave it alone. And you know what? I was proven so wrong. So shut the fuck up and let him do his thing.
Right. He proved why he was Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, if he wants to do a Bullet movie, fucking, it's going to be amazing.
Hey, I want to see a fucking Bullet car chase from fucking Steven Spielberg. Who doesn't, man? That's going to be balls to the wall crazy.
Like, people forget that he started off, like, his first movie
was Duel. Yeah, you know, Jesus Christ. Some more news came out today. South by Southwest is happening right now in Austin, Texas. They had a few premieres already. Everything Everywhere All at Once is getting rave reviews. The Lost City is getting pretty good reviews. And today, a movie me and you are hyped for, besides we're hyped for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, I'm hyped for that. But what we're excited for is a movie coming out this weekend called X. It's by Ty West. It had its premiere last night.
Right. What are they saying?
Oh, motherfuckers, they're saying it's funny and horrifying. They said the trailers basically gave away nothing.
All right, good.
And some big news came out. After the movie, they showed a teaser trailer for a prequel. And motherfuckers are like, wait, is that real? And Ty West is like, yeah, we shot it in secret after we made the first movie.
Fuck yeah.
We went to New Zealand and shot a prequel. And if you guys make this a hit, the prequel's coming this year because it's in post. And he's like, also, I will do a sequel, so we will have a trilogy. And I kept reading the reviews, and they're like, yo, this reinvigorates the slasher genre. This is crazy that this movie exists. Somebody said, I saw a critic say, how does it feel to be that Texas Chainsaw remake bullshit that came out a couple of weeks ago, and then to have this pants you in front of the whole world? I was like, damn. Because
honestly, that's the vibe I got from the trailer, which I fucked with. But it was like, it seems like another take on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the fact like that the trailer gave away fucking nothing.
It's like a porn horror movie. Like, it's giving you like the best of both worlds is like what you want from trash cinema.
Right.
Plus the use of that Fog Hat song in the trailer, I was like, yo, that is a perfect trailer.
You know, a movie. I'm excited about a movie when I am fucking giving goodwill towards Ty West.
Yeah.
Because I don't like him as a director. He's done 2 movies that I've actually liked. The first one was In the Valley of Violence.
Oh, yeah, that was good. That was good.
And what was the one where it was the cult one? The Sacrament? Yeah, I fuck with The Sacrament. But like The Innkeepers, I thought was...
what was the one that before that? It bored me to tears. That had Greta Gerwig in it. It was just so boring.
And then like his entry in the ABCs of Death, that Draft House anthology, it was just so boring and phoned in. Like, he did that in 3 hours.
Well, just so you know, they say X is a slow burn, and it's a slow burn for a reason, because when it gets crazy, it gets fucking bonkers.
All right, I'm here.
So it's all character till the shit blows.
Yeah.
Like, yo, listen, I want Friday, baby. So we're gonna move from that to some casting news from Dune Part 2. I haven't read the books, but I knew of the character. Florence Pugh will be playing Princess Aurelion.
Okay. All right. I mean,
That's the Emperor's daughter. And apparently it's going to be like Little Women Part 2, because in Little Women, she's like running around chasing Timothy Chalamet. So I guess she's going to be flying all over the galaxy.
all right. I mean,
Timothy Chalamet's like, yo, I'm giving the dick to Zendaya. Fuck out of here.
at this point, they could, Denis could cast a lump of clay, and I'm there for it because I know he's going to get the best performance out of them because he's just that dime-tight a director. So to have Francis Pugh in it, the movie's going to be amazing.
Well, the other piece of casting news is Austin Butler will be playing the super crazy Harkonnen that was played by Sting in the original. I haven't seen the original. I just seen the gif of him in that
Right.
weird ass pushing where he's doing the Speedo.
See, I thought that was fucking Dave Bautista's character.
No, I knew that. No, man.
Man, like this is how much I paid attention to the original movie.
Yeah, see?
you know.
Yeah, so he's going to be in the sequel. Austin Butler, for those of you who don't know, he was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he played the fucking dude who's like, I'm the devil. He's that dude. So I was like, oh, well, yeah, he could play crazy well.
Yeah, and that's my favorite line that anyone's ever said. You know, like it's a tragedy that what happened in the Manson massacres, but like to walk into a room and says, I am the devil and I'm here to do the devil's work. I mean, that's a fucking big dick energy right there. You know, that's
Right before you murder somebody.
right. Like, you don't even have to murder someone. Like that's fuck talk too. Like, I'm the devil. I'm here to do the devil's work. All right. Drop them pants.
Yeah, man. What's sad to me is I was hoping Robert Pattinson would get that part because he came out on the press tour for the Batman's like, yo, I want to be in Dune Part 2. And he made it a point. He's like, yo, I'm trying to find Denis information. I want to be, and I was like, oh, so he's gonna be the crazy nigga, and now
Right.
I guess he's not. But I mean, still put him in the motherfucker.
I mean, there's still plenty of time.
Yeah,
you know?
you got find a part for him. Man. Why not?
I mean, now that he's got that Batman money, like he shows that he's bankable once again.
Yeah, my man wants to be in some blockbusters. Look, I'm not mad at him.
Yeah, no,
as long as he keeps picking the right ones.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I mean,
who thought he would be one of the best Batmen? You know,
well, who would have thought Denis would be making blockbusters?
right? You know,
So I mean, Life is Strange. Gotham PD. We talked last week how it was on hold. It is now canceled. It got canceled because what's my man's name? Matt Reeves
Right.
wanted to do a show in Batman's first year following a corrupt cop.
Right.
And it was going to be like Prince of the City, where it's just an unlikable character and you're following this character over the course of the first 2 years of Batman's career till it, catches up to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I died, because Warner Brothers is like, no. And I'm just like, why not? It's going to be on HBO Max, bro. And like, if anybody gets offended, don't watch it, bro.
and I don't know. I think it might lean too much into territory that's already been covered, because like we're going to talk about what we've been watching lately. I finished The Shield, right?
Right, but that's
like-
the thing, that exists. Fucking The Sopranos, like
Right, but I think it's been
The Wire.
I think it's been done to death. And also a show about dirty cops in this climate.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's a little too.
yeah.
It's a little too headline.
Yeah. Okay, so it evolved. The show evolved into an Arkham series, so it's going to be about Arkham and the corruption at Arkham.
That's fine. That's going to be triggering another way.
Hopefully they'll have Hugo Strange in there.
Okay.
I'm praying they have Hugo Strange because we haven't gotten him in live action, and that dude.
Wasn't he in the Gotham show? I watched one episode of that fucking thing. Like
I watched like half of the first season, and I was like, you know what? Why am I watching this?
I like the. All right, let me say this. I've watched 3 episodes of Gotham, and 2 of those episodes I watched because I knew people who were guest starring on it. Like some of my friends are like, "Oh, I'm going to be on Gotham." It's like, all right, I'll watch it for you.
Yeah,
You were good.
it's like these CW shows. I'm like, yo, I can't believe this shit's still going, bro.
People love it. People love it, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. you know, we haven't really explored Arkham outside the comics. Like that shit is one of the best storylines. I'm surprised that hasn't been a movie. Serious House on a Serious Earth, where Batman gets trapped in Arkham and he faces all of his demons, and like the book is surreal. I mean,
it may be coming. We don't know. That might be the Batman part 2.
Have you ever read that?
I have not read that.
Okay, it's called Arkham Asylum, a Serious House on Serious Earth. Read that,
right?
And then if you want a nice little more Batman, right, like hard edged, read The Court of Owls.
Okay,
Court of Owls. I don't know how the fuck that's not a movie either.
I mean, they are putting The Court of Owls in that new Gotham Knights video game.
Nigga, that's a video game. I'm talking about live action.
Yeah, like the storylines in these video games beat out Hollywood a lot of the time.
Listen, again, there's a movie. I want to see this shit in a movie.
Well, yeah, we don't know what Reeves is up to. We don't know what Matt's going to be doing next. So,
all right,
you may be getting your wish.
Our last bit of news, it broke Friday night as I was watching the Adam Project. Sean Levy will be directing Deadpool 3, which I was just like, we had a steady decline over this trilogy.
I don't know how we're going to get a hard-edged, like R-rated Deadpool 3 under this new studio, under like
and they're saying, oh yeah, we're gonna keep it rated R, which is surprising. But how is this now gonna come from family friendly as he's been for like the past 4 or 5 years? Sean Levy, he's been family friendly since Stranger Things, bro.
Right? Like, has he ever done anything that was R rated? Like,
I'm pretty sure he has, but it's probably something that we forgot about.
I'm looking at his. Let me look at his filmography right now. But like when I heard that, I was like, I'm mad that they're doing a Deadpool 3. But also like, all right, let's see. Yeah, like it's family friendly shit all the way through.
So yeah,
like nothing.
And you know what, man? After watching the Adam Project, I'm just like, we could have went with so many interesting choices, and I'm just like, yo. I know whose idea this all is. I know because it's
his buddy. Yeah, his partner.
It's Ryan.
Yeah,
and it's just like, man, you know what, man? Hopefully after Deadpool 3, this nigga could go take a break, my dude, because clearly, my man, you just doing it for the money now.
I mean, we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about the Adam Project, but
the look on your face.
look, man.
All right, Jeff, what have you watched lately?
What you watching? What you watching? I said, what you watching? What you watching?
What are you watching?
Oh.
Is that a good side or bad side, my man?
I would like the audience out there to listen to me closely. And I would like you to go on whatever on-demand service, Amazon Prime, whatever like that. I need you to rent A Day to Die.
The fuck is that?
What the fuck is that? That is the correct question for that. A Day to Die is a low-budget actioneer. Top build. Kevin Dillon, Bruce Willis, and Frank Grillo. And this movie is an absolute piece of shit. Like, I love bad movies. Everyone knows I love a fucking bad movie. But then there's like a level. There's only so much I can take. Like, I love a bad movie that has like a budget of $5,000. And they really, I just want to make a movie. I'm still going to tear it apart. But I appreciate the fact that you made something from nothing. This had to have a budget. And yet they spent it on everything but the story or the special effects or anything. It's horrible. It starts off with a hostage situation in a school, and they call in like this top-notch team of SWAT experts to resolve the situation. So what do these motherfuckers do to go in there and try to defuse the situation? They start shooting missile launchers at the roof of the school with the hostages on it. And the fake explosions and shit like that. fucking After Effects glass everywhere, and then they storm the building and they just start shooting indiscriminately. So they start shooting hostages, they start shooting terrorists and shit like that. So in comes Kevin Dillon. He's got a standoff with the main terrorist who has a hostage with a gun to her head, but he's also standing on a landmine. And he steps off the landmine. The landmine's explosion was so big that it threw Kevin Dillon. Oh, sorry, Matt Dillon. Whatever Dillon. Fucking Dillon. Through the fake plate glass window. Right? And that's how the movie starts. It's like the props guy was like, I got these fucking plastic missile launchers. What do you want to do with them, boss? I was like, let's put them in the fucking movie. So there's 3 appearances of these fucking missile launchers throughout this goddamn movie. Bruce Willis looks like he's dead. It looks like Weekend at Bernie's 3. Right?
Right.
He's just there.
Damn.
Just fucking like eating sandwiches or whatever like that. And Frank Grillo, apparently he only probably had to do 3 days on set, right? And it was 3 days that no one else was on set, so they shot him all in super close-up. There's maybe like 3 wide shots of him with talking to anybody. It's in the same fucking room.
Right.
This piece of shit was made for $5 million.
Oh, fuck.
Right? $5 million. This direct-to-video shot in a weekend piece of shit. Even the poster looks like, you know those Turkish knockoff posters?
Yeah, they have those all over the draft house.
Right. It looks like the main poster for this looks like a Turkish knockoff.
Johnny Drama,
that Dillon, Johnny Drama.
Oh, I mean, look who the fucking star is. I mean, like
how is fucking Johnny Drama the fucking headliner in your $5 million movie?
Yo, listen, it just seems, we're at the point in Bruce Willis's career where he's like, if you know what your lenses are that you're shooting on, I'll make your movie.
Oh man, it is top tier bad. Now I'm even angrier that I knew they made it for $5 million. Because you knew at least $4 million of that went to stars who were barely there.
I mean,
A Day to Die. Someone out there slap Bruce Willis, bring him back to life,
you know what?
and put him in a good movie.
Let him be. This is the career he chose. I mean,
no, like I want him to have a Nick Cage comeback.
Damn, I'm excited for Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Right?
Oh my god, I hope that brings him back.
Yeah, Nick Cage was on that shit, but then every once in a while, Nick Cage will give a shit.
Yeah,
and he'll get Pig.
You'll get Pig, and then
Right?
you'll get this movie.
Right? So, like, someone give Bruce Willis his Pig. Oh god
shit.
damn! I just had to get that out. Like, it is horribly bad, and it's done by a black director too. So it makes me feel even worse. It's like, oh man,
Damn, he couldn't put Michael Jai White in there. He's like the best direct-to-video dude you can get.
even Michael Jai White was probably looking at this shit like, nah, pass. Oh man, yeah, you know.
If you gave me an action script and said, "Yo, it's gonna star Michael Jai White," I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd be
fuck
like,
it,
I
yeah.
don't give a fuck.
Fuck yeah, man. Yo, fucking Wesley Snipes 2.0.
Yeah.
It was like little Wesley clone.
You never know. If you make it good enough, it might lead somewhere.
Yeah, but fuck. $5 million. You know what I can do with $5 million? Not that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that.
Yeah. I say that a lot about a lot of shit we watch, bro. It's just like,
But this is just like, did anyone care? Like, did anyone care?
That's how I felt after Snake Eyes and Red Notice. I'm just like, how'd this cost this much? Like, anybody could have did something better. Anybody with vision.
Oh god.
$200 million.
For Red Notice, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't.
80 million. Snake Eyes, and I'm just like, bro, how do y'all get this with this much money and this much resource?
Fuck, man, I need to get into the money laundering game, man.
Right?
Like,
Yo.
so I can start making some movies.
Jesus Christ.
So after that, you know, we watched the trailer. We talked about the trailer for the new Harry Potter, the new Fantastic Beasts movie. So I went back and I rewatched the first two.
Oh, I'm gonna save that for closer.
Let me say rewatched. I rewatched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I watched for the first time Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah. Sorry about that second one. Not like the first one was good either.
Right, like the first one, it was, I guess it was fun, but it didn't do anything.
It's a movie that doesn't know what it wants to do. Like
Right.
it's two movies. It's the problem with this series in general. It's called Fantastic Beasts, starring Newt Scamander. And Newt Scamander should not be the protagonist of these movies. Like, it should be Jacob leading the war, and Newt should be off on whimsical adventures, like Indiana Jones type adventures,
Right.
looking for
Fantastic
rare
Beasts.
Yeah, and you just have a villain who's trying to like outsmart him, get to the beast before. That's literally all you have to do.
Right.
And instead, we're getting these prequels that are setting up the wizarding war between Grindelwald and Dumbledore. Like, they talk about that in the previous series, but it's just like, yo, this is
It's like
two different movies.
Right. And Crimes of Grindelwald was just
A mess.
I thought that I had missed a movie between Fantastic Beasts and Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah.
Like they don't give a fuck about trying to set anything up. It's like, oh, okay, so I'm doing a Google search. Like, is there a movie? Did I miss a second movie? Am I watching the third movie?
Tell me how the prison escape at the beginning. Well, it's cool. All
It's
looks
cool,
cool,
but
it makes no fucking sense. I'm like, wait, how did he escape? How did this all happen? Like, the way
that's how this whole entire movie is. How did that happen? And I'm down. I love magical shit. I love Harry Potter. Fucking give me a fucking wand and shit like that. But god damn, this is.
Yeah, man. Like it's literally dark and ugly. I don't remember the Harry Potter movies were never ugly. These are
Right.
just ugly movies to look at because they put this shit filter on
It's
it.
like grim, dark, and
Yeah.
like, and I don't. Is Grindelwald like fucking lovers with Dumbledore?
I think they were. I think they're gonna explore that in this new one, that they were lovers. But
All right,
like,
cool, but like it's.
also, Dumbledore should be looking like he looked in Harry Potter. Like, he's supposed to be old as fuck right now.
I don't know how he ages. I don't know. Like, there was that. I don't know what anyone's end game is. Like, I just know that Johnny Depp is real pissed off, but real smooth throughout the whole entire fucking thing.
Right. Everybody's just kind of being pushed along.
Right. And
Yeah.
like the whole entire setup between who's Newt Scamander's side bitch.
Wait, so you're not talking about Zoe Kravitz? You're talking about
but Zoe Kravitz. Who's Zoe Kravitz's character?
she's a Lestrange.
Lestrange. That whole entire Lestrange storyline.
Yeah, like she was in a picture in the first movie. I was like, why is Zoe Kravitz in a picture? And then she pops up in the second one.
Right,
You're
it
just
has like I said, did I miss a fucking movie? Because like, all right, here sudden is Zoe Kravitz, and she's fully established, and she's marrying Newt Scamander's.
because they set that up for like 3 minutes in the first one, and I was just like, wow, that's very strange. And then you watch this one, only for the bitch to die anyway at the end. You're just
Right.
like, why? And then they do the disgusting thing that a lot of movies are doing nowadays, where it's like she was dating the one brother and then she goes to the other brother. I'm just like, that's gross, bro.
I mean,
That's
whatever.
gross.
I mean, that's biblical shit, but I don't care about that. I just care about fucking connecting this shit. You
That's
know,
gross. I would never fucking try to get with one of my brother's exes or any girl my brother fucking dated. That's gross.
even if it was Zoe Kravitz.
Let me think about that now. God damn it! But I will find you, Channing Tatum, because it's gonna be mine. It's gonna be mine, nigga.
But yeah, no. So I just hope David Yates gets out of whatever coma he's been in.
It looks like it because he's been on autopilot on these first two.
Right, and like we were talking about, J.K. doesn't have exclusive writing on this third one.
No,
right?
no. It says story by J.K. Rowling, screenplay by J.K. Rowling and Steve Knowles. And Steve Knowles was the dude who adapted the Harry Potter series.
Right. So
they've learned their lesson off these first two.
Oh, and it's just
like even the trailer for the third one, it still has the filter, but it's brighter.
Right.
Where I'm just like, it should not have taken to the third movie for y'all to start fixing this shit.
Like literally, you could cut Fantastic Beasts and Crimes of Grindelwald together.
Yes.
And make one movie, and that movie would still be bad.
Yes, because jack shit happens in that second movie.
Right, but it would at least be a movie. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. And like I said, this one we were talking, like there's when you go to the theaters, there's a shot, like, because there's multiple shots in it that are just for the trailer in the theater. There's a shot where the camera's rotating during an action scene, and it goes like into the ground and outside of the other one. And I'm just like, where the fuck was this David Yates for the previous two movies, dog? Like even the action, like this one looks more action packed than the first two. And even the action, I'm like, bro, why did it take this long for us to get here?
I don't
and the first one starts off pretty weird because I started watching it again a couple of weeks ago, where it starts off with the flying newspapers, and they did that in Harry Potter, but not to start a fucking movie and give you all this exposition. Some of it you don't even need, introducing characters in the papers. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's just like there's so many dead ends.
Yeah.
Like, and
characters who don't need to be in it, like the whole fucking plot about killing witches in the first movie. I'm like, why the fuck is this in here?
That could have been a great through line for a series, like a war between these anti-witch people who get a magic book, right? So they use magic to fucking hunt witches. Any of these storylines on their own would be good, but then you decide to fucking just throw them in a gumbo pot and try to like fucking eat it. Bitch.
Honestly, that could have been the exciting incident for this wizarding war.
Right.
Was Grindelwald's like, oh, they're hunting us. Let's fucking get revenge.
Right.
Kill all muggles.
Right. There you go, WB. That's on us. There you go. That idea's on us.
Yeah, like I said, there's two movies in one franchise. Like, it's clearly Fantastic Beasts and Newt need their own shit, and this war between Dumbledore and Grindelwald needs its own shit. Not the same. Not in the same movie. Like, do you think Newt should be even on this team?
I mean, because he's got control of the beasts. I mean,
he's not a fighter, dog. Like he's a whimsical motherfucker, and I'm just like, why do you have him fighting?
And does he have like Asperger's, or he's just weird?
He's just weird. Like it's. I mean, the only thing that they've stuck to JK stuck to canon is that him and Catherine Waterston do get married,
and
they have kids. But
Catherine Waterston,
she's not even in this third fucking movie.
Like her, but her leap from Fantastic Beasts to Crimes of Grindelwald, like that, like. She's a narc in the first one.
Yeah,
she's a cop in the second one. And she's an asshole in both of them.
And you'd think she would have learned her lessons from the first movie after she sold out everybody and almost got them all killed.
Yeah. So Fantastic Beasts is fine.
Let's hope this third movie's good, because if not, I think that's a wrap for this series, dog.
Yeah,
yes, it's a wrap.
Shit. I need a drink. What else? I've been watching a lot of shit, but I would be remiss if I didn't talk about these two Apple TV Plus shows, right?
Yeah.
That I just kind of discovered. The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray, all right, and Severance.
Oh, that's the M. Night show.
No, that's a Servant. Severance.
Oh, okay.
Severance is some other shit. But The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray stars Samuel Jackson.
And Dominique Fishback's in there, right?
Yeah, Dominique Fishback.
Shout out to her.
Yep. So this show is here to remind you that Samuel Jackson isn't just motherfuckers and snakes on a plane. that he's an actual actor who's had a career for, fucking 40 years. It's about this this old man, like, who's has dementia, and he's being taken care of by his nephew. His nephew dies, right? And he gets a new caretaker, and there is a special procedure that will allow him to like reverse all of the the Alzheimer's and the dementia and stuff like that, but it's only a limited amount of time, right? So it's only going to last for a couple of months. So he uses that time to like uncover who murdered his nephew, but also the mystery of a traumatic experience from his past. And it is so well acted, it is so well written. Samuel Jackson, if he doesn't get nominated for this, like, because it's not Samuel Jackson being Samuel Jackson, it's Samuel Jackson fucking the actor.
Yeah, it's like Pulp Fiction Samuel Jackson.
Right? And like,
I get what you're saying.
You want to cry seeing this motherfucker fall apart, like just being an old lost man. Like, it was fucking heartbreaking.
Damn.
So I mean, it's not a feel good at all. It's not a feel good, but it's Apple TV's trying real hard to put out actual shows, instead of like just buying content from Korea and rebranding it. And it's based on a book by Walter Mosley. All right, so Devil in the Blue Dress and all that
I
stuff.
love that. One of my favorite Easy Rawling books is Little Green.
Right, so
Little Green's fantastic.
Yeah, so like if you have Apple TV Plus, please watch this show.
Yo, real quick question: how the fuck is that not a series?
What?
Easy Rawlings, like there's like 20 books, bro.
It's coming. It's
Goddamn.
coming. It's coming. Well, you just pitched it. Someone give us some money.
Yeah, let me do Easy Rawlings show, man.
Yeah, so it's coming. There you go.
We'll
speak into existence, sir.
Yeah, man.
And the second Apple TV Plus show is called Severance, and it's low key like Brazil, like the movie, like Terry Gilliam. So it stars Adam Scott and like a whole bunch of other names. But so imagine this, all right? You can have two memories, right? You have a memory of your life outside of work, right?
Yeah.
But when you go to work, you don't remember anything about your outside life. So you're just there to work, right? And and it's so imagine that, like, you don't have a life outside of work.
Damn.
Essentially.
That sucks.
Right? So as soon as you get on the elevator to go upstairs, you don't remember the job. You remember you go back to your regular life, stuff like that. But when you go down the elevator, all you know is the work. Right? And you can tell this was written by a dude who worked in an office. In the hell that is office work. Right? As Dan Erickson wrote it, doesn't really have many credits. I don't think he has any credits. I don't know how he pitched this, but like he got Ben Stiller on board to EP it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It's fucking beautifully shot. It's got this real throwback retro futurist look to it. And it's a mystery about like what this company is actually doing, yada yada yada, standard shit, but it's just real weird. And if you've ever worked in an office situation, you will just look at this and you will like, oh, I feel it in my soul. And Adam Scott is fucking, I've never actually seen Adam Scott act. He's always been a comedic actor. You know him from Parks and Rec. You know him from fucking what Party Down and shit like that. But like he's actually emoting, and being sad and shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so fucking Severance on Apple TV Plus.
I'm gonna have to steal Apple TV now.
Or Apple
hack it.
Or Apple TV. Just give us fucking all these streaming services should just give us
Access.
Yeah,
I'm still using the Press account for Netflix. I don't pay for Netflix. I got the Press account.
Yeah. So whoever is listening, who's anything, just give us the shit. I just want the free shit. I've watched a whole bunch of other shit, but like I've already gone so long-winded into this, so we'll get back to my deep dive into The Rock's mega destruction over next week.
All right, well, let's start off with TV for me. I'm almost finished Doom Patrol Season 3. It's a step down so far.
Really?
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Got 2 episodes left, so I'll finish them later this week. Started Star Trek Discovery Season 4, and just the first episode. In this first episode, they came out the gate swinging. I'm like, shit, y'all can't make it easy for this girl. Like, you finally get a black female captain, and y'all just like, nah, we gonna keep fucking with her. I'm like, yo, this bitch been through enough. Let her be captain of this goddamn ship.
And like everybody, like all my diehard Star Trek fans hate Discovery for some reason.
I don't fuck with Star Trek. That's why I like it, because this is basically J.J. Abrams' movies as a TV show. That's why I fuck with it.
Right. Like when I first started watching when I watched the first season, it's like, oh, so this is pretty much just like Star Trek Black Ops. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would also like to, speaking of Star Trek, the reason why I watched that first episode was because I finished Prodigy. Prodigy gets intense for a fucking kids show, but it's still like dope. Like, I can't believe they did what they did in this show. It's a great show. It's only like 9 episodes first season. It's coming back for a second season. The animation is really good. And there's a big twist at the end with a character that's already on there.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see. It's a fan favorite.
Well, we love fan favorites.
Well, it makes sense story-wise.
Okay, as long as it makes fucking sense and it's just not shoehorned.
Yeah. Shout out to Jason Mantzoukas. He's voicing that show. There's a big rock monster woman, and it's actually a little girl, and that's pretty endearing. Seeing this little giant rock monster like fight stuff, but still be like a little girl.
Right.
So yeah, Star Trek Prodigy. These kids are gonna have a rough second season. And then what else? Oh yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes. This is the last TV I'll get into, is CSI Vegas. CSI Vegas is the sequel to the OG CSI.
Okay.
The way they brought this back, it's smart. It's a sequel.
Okay.
First and foremost, it's the new cast of characters, and they brought back Grissom and Sarah Seidel because they're married.
Uh-huh.
They brought them back, and it's kind of just, using them as to edge you into these new characters. Like, all the new characters are great, well written, except for the main white guy. I'm just like, yo, it is like watching a box. You remember Ed, Edd n Eddy, that cartoon? Yeah. It's like Plank.
It's like Plank.
It's like watching. It's like the live action Plank.
They went through a book. It's like, I'll take generic white detective number 3, please.
Yeah, exactly. Like, everybody has a personality except for him. It is literally like watching Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
I wonder if anyone could CGI just a Plank in there.
Do it like Ed, Edd n Eddy, where it has the big eyes and the smiley face.
But just nails for arms.
The little nigga carried him around and talked to him like he was a real person. That show was hilarious because everybody look at that kid like, yo, what are you doing?
Oh.
And then after a while, they're just like, yo, what's up, Plank?
It's that whole entire that Rocco thing now that's going on with fucking Elmo.
Oh, yeah.
Elmo's battle with Rocco.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is so far it's solid. It's over stylized. Like the first one, the style made sense and it was nice, and that's why I didn't like the spin-offs, because those were over stylized.
Right.
This one is it is hyper kinetic. It is like, seizure inducing.
Well, I mean, they were all like Bruckheimer, Jerry Bruckheimer.
Oh yeah, he's still a producer on this.
Right. So like, I mean, that's his special sauce, man.
Yeah, well, the lead character is the black woman from Spider-Man No Way Home. It was the admissions, the Yale admissions.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. She's the lead.
All right. Wasn't she a Nurse Jackie too?
I'm not sure. I never watched Nurse Jackie, but yeah, it's only 10 episodes, so it's getting a second season. Second season will also only be 10 episodes. This is the first one that's strictly serialized. Like the OG show, it did have cases that would pop up and there would be killers that would come back.
Right.
But it was like episodic more than it like had a history to it, but it was episodic.
Right. You could jump into one episode and not have to like
know things.
Know things, right? Yeah.
Until like later on.
Right.
Once you got around season 8, that's when you're just like, oh shit. But yeah, This is serialized, man. So you got the main case and then you got the side cases. So there's 2 cases every episode.
All right, I can fuck with that.
Yeah, so not bad. So as far as movies are concerned, let's start with a movie I watched on HBO Max called Broken City by my boy Alan Hughes. He didn't have his brother. It stars Mark Wahlberg and Russell Crowe and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Didn't we talk about this a couple of weeks ago?
I don't know. I haven't watched it, dog.
Oh, you haven't watched it?
Nah, I don't even remember talking about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because it was that whole entire thing. I watched Broken City and then I watched The Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. This could have been so much better. Like, it had all the noir ingredients in there, and the motherfucker just didn't know how to stir them together. Like, it was just like...
It's not a bad movie, but you could see it.
The thing about a noir is you always have at least one character who's the moral center. And like even Jeffrey Wright's character in this motherfucker
is like real like
corrupt.
Right.
Like everybody's corrupt. So it's just like, well, and like, I don't know. It wasn't a satisfying movie, I'll tell you that much.
And you know what really bothered me over everything about that movie is the last slow-mo shot.
Oh, why?
Like why? How do you end your movie like that?
And I thought it was going to be good because that opening shot, I was like, oh shit, this is the Hughes Brothers Menace to Society shit. I was like, yeah. And then that's it, nigga.
Yeah. No, I mean, and the acting was good. I mean, Marky Mark was actually trying.
Yeah, he was. But I mean, that's the only And Catherine Zeta-Jones, I remember seeing those trailers that she was all in the trailers and she's only in the movie for like
15 minutes.
Yeah. I was just like, why even take this role?
Well, because, high profile, money. Yeah.
Well, we'll move into I saw the Foo Fighters' horror movie, Studio 666.
Yo, how is that? I wanted to see that. Oh, look on your face.
It is exactly
look on your face.
It is exactly what I thought it was going to be. A horror movie, a horror comedy from the Foo Fighters. Everybody cared. Well, let me put it this way: you could tell only one person was into it, and you could guess who that. Like this whole idea, it even says like the whole idea is from this person. You're just like, yeah, because everybody else is just like, sure, man, we're getting paid. This is coming out for our album,
right? Because like the whole entire premise is like all the band members die horribly, right?
That's part of it. They're trying to record their 10th album in this haunted house because they're trying to. Dave Grohl wants this to be the best album ever made. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jeff Garland's in it. Chelsea Peretti's in it.
Okay.
Not Chelsea Peretti. Fucking. Who's the girl? Whitney Cummings? Is that her name?
Oh, Whitney Cummings?
Yeah. She's in it. Yeah, and it's just like, it's exactly what you expect from a horror movie from the Foo Fighters.
How's it look though? Is it at least like how's the gore? Is it fucking? Come on, give me something, man.
This is exactly what you get from the Foo Fighters. Like I wasn't mad because I was just like I knew walking in. I was like, it is a horror movie from the Foo Fighters, and when it tries to be funny, you're just like, huh. It's a horror comedy. Every joke's like, ha. I was like, sure, man.
That's how I'm gonna laugh from now on when I really hate something.
Yeah.
Okay. Studio 666.
Fucking see it. Like even Foo Fighter fans are like, "Fuck this movie." So I was just like, "Yeah, man."
Well, how's the music? Is the music at least good?
I don't give a fuck.
All right, goddamn. So they went in like they had a hard sell for you going in.
Nigga, I just wanted to see a movie, man.
I had 2 hours. I had 2 hours to kill.
Yeah,
Man. Like,
basically. And, yo, Pat Smear, great guitarist, but you could just tell, like, yo, never put him in a movie again. Don't put him in a movie. And then I saw The Worst Person in the World.
I have that lined up, and I want to watch it.
Let me do something real quick because I'm not sure if it's Danish or Swedish, this movie, but I really liked this movie. The more I think about it, the better it is. It's basically about this woman on the verge of 30 and she's just trying to get her shit together. You know what I mean? Right. But it feels, how can I say this? It feels authentic. It's something that, like, even as I'm watching as a man, I'm like, yeah, I get this person. She's not the worst person in the world. She's just trying to figure her shit out. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's incredibly messy. And that's what this shit is here. It's a black comedy. All right, it's Norwegian.
Okay.
It's a black comedy. There's parts of it where I was laughing. And I was like, yo, this should not be laughing. Like, they have a whole dance. And, like, one dude's one girl's wife gets overzealous. Like, her husband gets overzealous, and when everybody's dancing, he decides to pick her up and twirl her around.
Right.
As soon as he picks her up, her head hits a fucking light, and she starts bleeding. And the way
it's shot,
the way it leads up to that, it makes it just hilarious. It's a dark comedy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been lined up for me to watch. It's just like one of those things where, like, all right,
it's in chapters. It has a prologue and an epilogue. It's not, I know it sounds pretentious, but it's not. It all makes sense when you see it. Basically, the prologue is just her in college and how she was going from dude to dude to dude and just breaking every dude's heart just because she's like, oh, fuck it, you know, because it's 20-year-old shit. She finally settles down with this dude, Axel, and he basically made like the Norwegian version of Fritz the Cat, and it's very popular. This character's called Bobcat, famous for its asshole having the X on it, because he makes a big deal when they're making this family-friendly adaptation of his comic that they took. He's like, Bobcat's nothing without the asshole. They took the asshole out of there, and I'm just like, bro, nigga, you got paid,
right? You know, like you. What do you think if you sell your X-rated comic book to a studio? What the fuck are they gonna do?
So I mean, and like then it moves on to her next relationship with this really nice dude. He's like a real genuine good dude, and it's just, you know, again, she just wasn't. You realize by the end of the movie she shouldn't have been in those relationships just because she was immature and not in the place to be in those relationships. And not to spoil it, but like by the end of the movie, like you realize, and she realizes, oh, she's better off on her own doing shit that she loves.
Right.
That's what it all is. It's like you trying to figure out what makes you happy, and sometimes people get hurt in the process, and then it's not like she did it intentionally. Like, I get it. I get the character. You know what I mean? It's just a character trying to figure her shit out, and it doesn't make her a bad person despite the title. And I'm surprised like a dude wrote this. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm real because it's.
Well, you know,
it seems like it's written by a female.
Sometimes dudes can be, you know, sensitive and articulate and intelligent.
Yeah, look, I like Drive My Car. Mm-hmm. This should win Best Foreign for the Oscar because this is honestly better. No offense. Like, Drive My Car is a great movie, but this is also just. It speaks to me more, man. You know what I mean? It's just trying to get your shit together as you're turning 30, you know?
It's fair, you know? And
I get it. I've seen women like this, and like I know women like this, and it's also at the point where I'm just like, yeah, I can't be mad at them because they're trying to figure their shit out, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's why you love Insecure so much. It's just because they're not assholes for assholes' sake.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get their shit together.
Yes. And that's why I didn't fuck with girls, because they were just assholes.
Right.
She's not an asshole. She's just literally trying to get her life to where she wants it. So when she breaks down and you're like, oh, that's fucked up for her to do, I also get where that's coming from.
Right. Like, I know what led up to that.
Yeah. So great movie. Like, it's 2 hours and 6 minutes or 2 hours and 7 minutes. So it's not too long. It's really good. Fuck, man, I wish I saw this last year. I could have put it on my best of list.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I really fuck with this movie. So after that, I watched I watched yesterday. These are, I'm getting to my last two movies. West Side Story with Trey. Because Trey hadn't seen it, so we watched it in 4K on Disney Plus, and he was blown away. And I was watching it again, I was just like, this fucking bitch.
It's fucking Spielberg, man.
Let's talk about this review real quick. So I found the review on Letterboxd from a woman I followed because she followed me, and she's a big influencer. She's directed 2 short films. This is a 40-year-old woman.
Is she a big influencer, though? Is she?
On Letterboxd, she is.
Okay.
And Letterboxd is a helpful tool for me because I'm using it right now to talk about what I've watched.
Right.
And I keep track of what I watch using Letterboxd.
Go like, because like I went on my tirade when you sent me this.
All of it came off privilege. Like the fact that she didn't even want to engage with the movie. Like she came in already mad. I came in mad to the movie, but then I started engaging with it, right?
So there's a difference between the way you came in mad and the way she came in mad. We both came in that movie like, why the fuck do they have to remake this shit, right? Like blah 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 blah. Like, what could Spielberg do that the original didn't do, right?
Right.
She came in on some Ensign Elgort is a rapist type shit.
You know what? And I was there too, but at the same time, I can at least, when watching movies, I can understand like, yo, this movie shouldn't be held accountable because of one person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm still going to watch Man from U.N.C.L.E. despite Armie Hammer.
Right. And like,
I still like Death on the Nile despite Armie Hammer. I still love Baby Driver despite Kevin Spacey. Like, you got to sometimes just separate
the art from the artist.
Yeah.
You know, like, and so she didn't judge the movie on the movie. She judged it on like this dude who.
And then on top of that, to say like, to be super ignorant and privileged and say like, oh, the Spanish turned me off, that it wasn't, didn't have subtitles for English speaking people like me. And I'm like, this bitch watches foreign films all day, every day. Are you fucking stupid or brain dead?
And like that part of it was me. I wish I knew exactly what they were saying, but also I understand why that decision was made.
And you also understand what the fuck they're saying just through their body language and what they say in English.
The intention. The intention. And
fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, and to say like, oh, this is why this movie lost money because of English speaking people like me. Go fuck yourself.
Right. I mean, all the songs were in fucking English.
And then this woman is a vegan, and she puts a vegan alert on at the end of every review. And one of the things had a vegan alert was gun violence. I always like to say, bitch, as a man, I don't even like gun violence. I'll give you 2 reasons why I don't like fucking gun violence. I was a senior in high school, riding in a car with my boy Shane. There's this nigga named Dugan, like black dude named Dugan. I knew something was up because no black dude's named Dugan. Sitting next to me in the back, I was sitting in the back seat behind Dugan. Dugan's driving the car, Shane's in the front seat, and then next to me was this bitch ass motherfucker I never liked, called well, no, I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
Anyways, he was a piece of shit, and he started talking shit about Dugan's car, and you could just see, I saw in the rearview mirror like this, he was getting mad, just angry. We get to a red light, I see him digging in his pants. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Dude pulls out a Colt, reaches across the back seat, and pistol whips Kevin across the face.
What?
There's blood on me. There's blood on Shane. There's just blood everywhere. He pulls down a side street. And mind you, we're in the middle of the suburbs. He pulls down a side street, and he looks at me and Shane. He's like, yo, you 2 niggas, get him the fuck out my car. So here we go. I'm lifting this Kevin. He's unconscious, just bleeding all over the place. So we pick him up, leave him on the curb. And mind you, we're outside somebody's house because, again, we're in the suburbs.
Right.
And get in the car and drive off. And I was just like, yo, can you stop by 7-Eleven? So I go to 7-Eleven. Once they pull over, I go inside and try to like hide all the blood on me.
Right.
And I come back out and I was just like, yo, guys, I'm going to walk home. And they're like, yo, you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go walk home. So one reason I don't like gun violence. Number 2, I was chilling at my boy's crib playing with his kid. I plopped down on the couch playing with his kid. He's sitting across from me. You know, his wife's in the kitchen cooking. Somebody tries to break into the kitchen. Some dude breaks the window. My boy jumps on the couch because we hear the window break and we hear her scream.
Right.
My boy jumps on the couch next to me, reaches under, pulls out a Magnum, and shoots out the other window right where the dude's head was. And that scared him off and he ran away. So we had to call the cops and we called insurance. The insurance is like, yeah, we'll pay for it because, you know, that's not your fault. We had to spend 30 minutes with these cops. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm going to sleep here tonight and just make sure nothing else happens. And my boy slept downstairs with me while, you know, the kid and his girl slept in their bedroom. Bro, I slept with a fucking 9mm that night while he slept with the fucking Magnum. And I remember once everybody left, I turned to him, I was like, motherfucker, I plopped down on this couch and you ain't tell me you had this shit just chilling there. I could have blew my fucking dick off.
Yeah, so that took a turn, man. That is some shit.
Yeah, nobody likes fucking... So my point is, nobody likes fucking gun violence, at least in real life. In movies, yeah, it's cool, because whatever.
Right.
It's fantasy. Nobody likes fucking gun violence. Like, fuck you.
But like, it's,
fuck you, privileged.
Like, it's because it's like the equation. It's the equating vegan with being a pacifist or a better person or above it all.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bitch, steak tastes good.
You know what I mean?
Tastes good.
And in one of her reviews for The Secret Life of Pets, she used like vegan alert. A cat eats a bird, and then somebody commented on the review.
That's
they're like,
fucking
animals.
nature.
Yeah, that's animal nature. The animals eat other animals. You realize that? And I was like, yeah, that's fucking. What the fuck? I was like, fuck this.
I
unfollowed her after that. I was like, yo, don't fuck.
I will say this to the day I die. If a cow had a chance to fucking murder you and eat you,
oh, they would.
They would.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, don't.
Yeah, man.
I got thumbs, motherfucker. I got you.
Yeah.
Like, if cows had thumbs, be a different story.
Yeah, fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Also, how do you think like that and you're 40?
Because, I mean, you don't... Dumb thinking is universal, you know? But it's also an indication of the sort of probably sheltered, privileged life that she's led, you know?
Vegan alert. Anita makes eggs.
Fucking let's I don't want to give this chick any more of my energy.
Right. So the last thing I watched was Reno 911, The Hunt for QAnon.
Wait, they made a movie?
Yes. It went straight to Paramount Plus.
Yo.
The first 40 minutes of this motherfucker, I was dying. Like, I was fucking straight dying. And it was like, it is Reno 911, like, hardcore. Like, you remember how Miami was hardcore, but just stupid? This was like show hardcore. Like, it was an R-rated episode, but then that's the problem. Like, after the first 45 minutes, it stops being funny because it works because it's 30 minutes an episode.
Right, the jokes have burnt themselves out.
Yes, and you're watching. So eventually, you're just watching a bunch of dumb motherfuckers do dumb shit.
Shit, I love my. Where you from? You don't know Gator.
Yeah, it came out last year, like last October on Paramount Plus.
Oh man.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
I need a fucking Paramount Plus. Send me Paramount. Send me a login.
Yeah, man. So watch it for the first 45 minutes. Like, you know?
Yeah. Before we leave, I forgot to mention the one other thing that I watched.
What's that?
I finally finished rewatching The Shield. Right?
Yeah.
And I had forgotten how dark that last fucking episode was. It's real fucking dark.
I mean, it's not as dark as the fucking the Mum.
What?
It's not as dark as Mum. That's season 3 episode that we always talk about.
No, this is darker than that, man. Like with fucking Shane and his family, I forgot all about that.
I mean, Shane's a piece of shit.
Shane was a piece of shit, but
and
like,
I was just like, you know what? I wasn't that fucking shook by it just because, he threw a grenade in Lem's lap, dog. Like,
right, but I'm just like, I had forgotten like how just nobody wins.
Yeah.
Nobody wins.
Yeah.
In that fucking episode.
Literally crime doesn't pay, bro.
Right. So like it's on Hulu now if you get a chance. watch The Shield, because it has been the prototype for every fucking anti-hero show you watched for the last fucking 15
Oh,
years.
fuck. Before we leave, I also want to say Pam and Tommy finished up, and that was worth it. I wish it was an ongoing show.
I still have 2 episodes left.
Pamela Anderson, I feel bad for her. Jesus
I
Christ.
felt bad for her like episode 1, like when she was doing the Jay Leno interview, and you could see it in her face.
Like, man, I feel, this was unauthorized, so that's why she's getting her own Netflix documentary. She wants to tell her own story. I
Right.
get it, but like, Jesus Christ. I also didn't know till after, because I read about it, like a whole article once I finished the show. Yo, Tommy beat the shit out of her on the reg. And I'm just like, Jesus, like they show a little bit of it in the final episode, but like, I mean, literally on the reg, like she was holding their baby, like playing with the kid, and he like came up behind her and kicked her because she was playing with the baby and not giving him attention. I'm like, what the fuck kind of fucking
Well, I mean, you
scumbag shit is
like
that?
none of that surprises me. Just how fucking
Yeah, they don't portray him in a good light
Yeah,
in this
exactly.
fucking show. Like, I'll say that much.
Like Sebastian Stan, he has been killing it as a dick.
Yeah.
For the last couple of properties he's been in, you know.
So, with that said, let's we're going to give a shout out to G Fuel. Shout out to G Fuel for sponsoring the show.
Still going strong. I still got my. I think I got a half a container left of the stuff, and it's like no side effects. It's working, man.
Yeah. So thank you. So let's move into trailer talk.
Roll camera and action.
It's time for some trailer talk.
So, DMZ. I've never read this graphic novels, but this shit looks good.
I read DMZ when it first came out, so like don't ask me any like specific details. But I mean, pretty much the idea behind the comic book is a reporter who gets embedded in Manhattan, which has now become a demilitarized zone because of a civil war. And the changes now seem to be that it's just a mother who's looking for her son inside that DMZ, and I'm fucking here for it because like there are so many stories that could be mined from this world.
Well, it's a mini series.
Right, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
we could be watching DMZ shit for the next 10 years.
I thought this was going to be an ongoing series. It could be.
Yeah, it could be because, like, I mean, it's stories from a war.
But I mean, shit changes. I mean, everything becomes an ongoing series.
Right.
So, yeah.
But, like, it looks hard as fuck.
So, we'll move from that to Better Call Saul Season 6. This trailer made me sweat my fucking nuts off like the last half of Season 5 did.
See, I got to catch up on the last 2 seasons. So, like, all of it looked cool to me, but I've got no sort of frame of reference for everything that's going on.
Oh, nigga, you gonna be for a wild ride.
Right, so I'm gonna spend some time catching up on that.
Yeah, please do. Like, yo. The Boys Season 3.
It looks like more of The Boys.
I finally finished Season 2 of The Boys, and I watched a little bit of Diabolical, and I'm like, yo, I just think this is just not for me. So I'm probably gonna drop it.
Okay, yeah, and I'll pick it up. I mean, look, I am not the biggest fan of The Boys.
Yeah, because people love this show.
But I like it enough that it doesn't feel like it's pulling teeth to watch. It's stylish enough. The characters are engaging enough for me. But this trailer, it's the same, like it's the shock value. You know, like just like the comic book, it's the shock value of seeing your heroes be fucking assholes and despicable people.
So we'll get into Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was with it, and I like most of what I saw in the trailer. My problem is again, we gotta go dig through other shit. Like, I watch Star Wars Rebels. I love Star Wars Rebels. That's one of my favorite Star Wars things.
Right.
Why the fuck is the Grand Inquisitor in this? Like, Jesus Christ. I was just like, don't put this person in here. I know you don't know who that is because that's a character from Star Wars Rebels, a show I know you probably haven't watched.
I mean, people keep on telling me I need to watch Rebels, and eventually I will get to Rebels. But, like, I thoroughly actually was into the Obi-Wan trailer. It looks well shot. It looks cinematic as fuck.
Right.
You know,
But the Grand Inquisitor is the white dude with the lightsaber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. Star Wars, besides The Mandalorian, they haven't been doing it for me. So
Well, that's why I said I'm going to give this a chance, because this is the one out of everything that I'm the most excited for. And if this ain't good, then like I will give Mandalorian season 3 a chance, and otherwise I might just stick with Visions. And I like Visions because it's an anthology, and each episode's only like 15 minutes. So I'm done.
I'm just so fucking Star Wars out, and I'm like, more than the property, I'm sick of the fan pandering. I'm sick of the fan base,
the nostalgia.
We're ODing on nostalgia, and I get it.
We could be doing new things with Star Wars, like so many new things, and like we keep coming back. Like me and my brother had this conversation. The problem with the sequel trilogy is it could have been a trilogy about the new characters, and instead it comes back around to not Skywalker, but Palpatine. Like the whole series now is not even about the Skywalkers, it's about Palpatine. Like he's the through line through now each trilogy, and it just like, well, it could have been the Skywalkers themselves, and now it's just.
And here's my thing: it's a galaxy far, far away, an entire galaxy. You could have stories that don't even mention the Force.
Yeah, we could go to the Outer Rim. Like, we haven't even been to the Outer Rim. They talk about the Outer Rim so much and how crazy and like untamed and how wild it is.
Like,
we've never seen that shit.
Like, there could be people who've never even heard of the fucking Force.
Yeah.
Or like, or the Skywalkers or anything like that.
That's what I was loving about the Mandalorians, that we're doing new shit until
until we weren't.
Yeah.
You know, so like, I'm gonna watch Obi-Wan. It's got to be better than the Book of Boba Fett. It's got to be, like, just by law of averages. It's got to be.
All right. Well, let's get into our main review.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for: the Film Blurds feature film review.
Let's start with the Adam Project. It's a Netflix movie.
Right. You know what? I enjoyed it enough. Like, I do think this could have been on a big screen. Like, this could have been in a theater
if it was polished more.
Yeah. It's fun. It looked like Ryan Reynolds was engaged. Like, unlike Red Notice, where he seemed like he was phoning it in, he seemed like he really wanted to be.
He's still playing a version of
himself.
Yeah, which I'm just like, I'm so over. It was more subdued because you have the kid basically playing him.
Right.
And the kid, after a while, I'm just like, bro, now I want to punch you in the face. Like, shut the fuck up.
Like, I want to, like
I felt bad for the kid, but now I'm just like, yo, shut the fuck up, man.
But it was like, the acting was pretty decent. Like, it's good to see him, Ryan Reynolds actually emote, I
didn't really get into it till Mark Ruffalo showed up, and that was like halfway through the motherfucker.
Yeah. Like, well, I got into, like, I started locking in when old Adam was talking to his mother at the bar, which you didn't need that scene, but I enjoyed that
nice,
scene.
But like,
I enjoyed the scene, but you could have excised that. This whole entire scene, and the movie doesn't skip a beat.
I think the action could have been better if Sean Levy was a better director. Like, it was shot well, but it wasn't
like, when I saw the trailer for this, I'm thinking like, oh shit, we're getting like a 2022 version of Flight of the Navigator, some shit like that. Fuck it.
Everything came from better movies, like the lightsabers and the fucking had the ships and everything. That all was from Captain Marvel. Like, I was just like,
like, it wore its 80s kid sci-fi on its sleeve.
The needle drops weren't too good.
Yeah, I mean,
it has the problem with Netflix where everything's overlit. It is fucking overlit.
I didn't mind it here.
I did. It bothers me.
Like, it could have been better, but I was expecting worse.
I really dug the trailer, so we watch the movie and just be like, oh, well. And especially after watching the next movie we're talking about, because I watched them back to back. I was just like...
What really took me out of it was the de-aging effect on Catherine Keener.
Oh, that was worse than Jeff Bridges and Tron.
Yeah, that was just like, what?
We are in 2012 or 2022. Like, I've seen it done better
on laptops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, yo, there's no excuse.
Yeah, and like the villain's motivation isn't there, and like it's father issues the movie. You know, and like if you got, you know, I'll say this about both these movies. Both these movies make you kind of want to call your parents.
So let's go to Turning Red. I'm kind of mad this wasn't put in theaters. Like this shit from the beginning. This is what Pixar does best: is they hook you and they pull you in and they pull you in and they pull you in, and then it always has a third act where you're like, yo, this is blockbuster level third act.
Right.
This I would have loved to see in IMAX, man. Like I related to the characters a lot, despite not being a 13-year-old girl.
Right.
And that's why it kind of makes me mad about the two reviews that I saw. One from Scream, it was Cinema Blend, had to literally pull the review they posted. And I'm just like, why would you let that run anyway? Because I read a little bit of it, and I saw the headline, and I saw the sub-headline, and the sub-headline said, this was obviously not meant for me. And I'm like, so then why would your editor publish this review? Because the review was so bad.
Right.
And it's like, it was sexualizing 13-year-old girls. I'm like 13-year-old girls are horny. 13-year-old girls through puberty.
13-year-old girls are sexualizing themselves.
Yeah. Like it's Jesus Christ. I went to school with 13-year-old girls, and watching this movie, I was like, yeah, that's how they are. They listen to pop bands. Like the pop bands reminded me of like when I came up in the 90s.
NSYNC and shit
98
like that.
Degrees and Backstreet Boys. Like I was just like, everything here is accurate. I don't know how anyone's mad.
Like I didn't dig the first 5-minute intro just because it was so 2000s, but then I locked into it.
Well, then you find out it takes place in 2002.
Right, yeah. So like then it made sense. But like, yes, this movie it wasn't built for a 42-year-old black man, but also
it wasn't built for a black dude in his 30s.
Right.
But I loved it.
But it's a good fucking movie. It's like Disney really made a monster movie about girls getting their periods.
Period, yeah.
Yeah.
And going through puberty.
Yeah, go through puberty. Like it's
and then I mean, you just relate to it because I mean, you've been a kid before and you've been through puberty. Well, I hope you have.
Right, like it's all about changing and finding your own way and trying to like honor your parents, but you be your own person.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've met overbearing parents like that. You know, I've seen how that turns out.
Right,
it's a great the kaiju shit at the end,
right?
And they beat the kaiju by singing like a pop song. I was like, yo, I fucks with this.
Fuck, like the whole entire team up at the end, right? It's like, oh shit, they're gonna fucking team up.
Yeah. Oh, I love the anime flourishes throughout. This is like the first time.
The eyes, with the eyes,
and the little poses that they do, and even at the end, it becomes an anime. Like this is like the first time Pixar started doing shit with anime, and now I want them to do like a full-blown anime because you know it won't be as ridiculous as a normal anime.
So one of my few gripes with this movie is the character design for the Asian characters.
Why?
Some of them looked a little too white. You know, like they didn't have like the mother's family, you know, like all her sisters and the grandmother,
right.
You know, like they looked like, I don't want to sound racist, they looked Asian, you know, like I could tell they were Asian. It seemed to me that Mimi was sort of kind of whitewashed a little bit.
I get what you're saying. See, that didn't really bother me just because
it's a small gripe to me.
Right.
Yeah, but like it's like she's Asian. Like, make her look Asian.
I get where you're coming from, man. What's another one? You said you had a couple.
Like I said, the beginning was a little too early 2000s for me, but it worked. It just like I never liked that style.
Got you.
But like it works for the movie.
Well, for awards consideration, this at the last minute got a theatrical release in 3 theaters, one in Sacramento, one in LA, and one in New York. And it sold out the whole weekend at those 3 theaters. And I would just like to say, Disney, you fucked up because you would have made so much money off this movie.
Like this would be
so much. This would be Encanto Part 2.
Right. I mean, it's not. I don't want to say it's
not like the musical, but like just it would have been successful. Everybody would have been like, "Oh,
Right.
take your kids, go see it if you don't have kids."
Well, then I'm seeing complaints online about like, oh, if I had known that it was gonna be, they were gonna have girls twerking and talking about
Oh, shut
periods
the
and stuff
fuck
like
up.
that. It's like, you fucking Omaha.
Have you guys been
Oklahoma?
I work around kids. Kids do that. I hope they know kids do that. Like they do that all the time.
Well, here's the thing. It's a PG movie. It's parental guidance. All right. So that straight off the bat, just because it's a cartoon, doesn't mean it's just going to be all like flowers and sunshine and shit like that.
I worked with 7-year-olds cursing all the time, and it's just like, yo, and does it piss me off? I'm like, yeah, stop. I'm like, stop saying that shit.
Right.
But like, yo, I mean, the kids do that shit, man. I don't know what to say, man. Like
this one complaint, this chick was like, I was like, she's disrespecting her mother and saying she's gonna do what she
yo,
wants
her
to
mother's
do.
a fucking psycho.
Her mother's a fuck. It's this whole entire movie's about generational trauma. Like it's so fucking
Eat a dick.
right. Her like is talking about some real shit, and I don't know what you want, people. Like it's a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Like Pixar movies always talk about real shit.
Exactly.
Like
Tell you what, man.
get over yourself.
I'm excited watching this. I'm like, damn, I'm excited for Lightyear. Lightyear
Oh
comes out.
God! Oh, my dick's hard for Lightyear.
And then to find out that it's in real IMAX, I was just like, oh shit! Like somebody posted on Reddit, like when it opens up, because they're playing the trailer in IMAX, and it opens up in the trailer, and I was just like, oh man,
I am so horny for Lightyear.
I was like, oh man, I'm gonna need a babysitter. But Turning Red comes with my highest recommendation.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie for, it really is for women, for like little girls.
Yeah, I was
It's
thinking that.
great-
I was
it's
like,
great for little girls.
I was thinking that if I had a daughter, I would want to watch this
Right.
with my daughter.
And like I know mad women who after watching this are gonna call their moms.
Oh yeah.
You know, and like talk through some shit.
Yeah.
It does the thing that we want our art to do.
It seems like a fantasy version of Fresh Off the Boat.
Okay. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Or Fresh Off the Boat, or even like what's the Canadian convenience? Kim's Convenience.
Oh, I've never seen that.
You should watch it. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. But yeah, like I can realize that this is not made for me,
Right.
but it is a good movie.
I'm probably going to end up copying the 4K Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Just because I like it that much.
Yeah, and that end, like the way it builds,
Yeah.
the way it fucking builds to that end, and when mom fucking does her shit, I was like, oh shit, kaiju battle.
Yo, so I have my top 2 movies of the year now. So it's the Batman and Turning Red.
Okay,
And it seems like all the cheap and easy shit we get in theaters, and then like all the shit that's really good, they're like, oh,
just put it on streaming.
yeah, that's what Disney is now. They're just like, oh, it's good.
Put it on streaming.
Oh, is it bland? Can we make like as much money as possible? Is it gonna please anybody, or is it please a
Star
certain
Wars.
group of people?
Star Wars.
Oh yeah, put it in theaters. Oh, that goes for Black Widow and Shang-Chi too. Yeah, you put it in theaters. It's mediocre. Yeah, put it in theaters.
Oh yeah. By the way, isn't Spider-Man No Way Home out this week?
On digital.
Digital.
But it is still in theaters, and it made another 4 million this past weekend. It is close. It's basically gonna hit 800 domestically because it's at 792. I'm like, bro, it is March and it's still making $4 million a weekend.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Good for you.
And
Good for you, Tom Holland.
It looks like the Batman's gonna hit like close to $1 billion, so I'm happy about that.
I told you it was gonna get there.
Fucking Joker made $1 billion. Let's get Batman to $1 billion.
And like next week, I hate to like keep talking about the Batman. No, I don't. I'll talk about the Batman all the time.
Oh, I'm gonna go see it again Wednesday.
Yeah, but we should talk about how like all the complaints people are having now about it.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll get into it next episode because I'm gonna see it again.
Yeah, and then we'll tell all of them to suck a dick.
All right, so that is episode 39. We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, aka He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best.
It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.